Joseph at JohnTheHutDweller, and I want to talk to you about 9/11. On the morning of September 11th, radical religious extremists slaughtered innocent men, women, and children. And surprisingly, almost nobody knows about this. And there was no response. None. It wasn't until about a year later that they saw the bones sticking out of the ground that somebody decided to investigate, because they had heard rumors, but they didn't know for sure. No, I'm not talking about 2001. I'm talking about when 150 men, women, and children trying to cross the plain to get to California for a better life, who came from Arkansas and Missouri, were viciously slaughtered by Mormons under the leadership of Brigham Young. He definitely knew about it. He actually, most of the evidence points to he ordered it, and then freaked out and tried to stop it, but it was already done. Now, this was much more evil than what happened on September 11th. September 11th, 2001. Oh, I'm sorry, they were both on September 11th. September 11th, 2001. Terrorists got on a plane, broke out box cutters, started killing people, took over the planes, and slammed them into the building. Now, what's more dishonorable? Doing that, or having half your men dress up like Paiute Indians to start attacking innocent men, women, and children. And then after 2 days of siege, you come along all white with your blonde hair and blue eyes and your Mormonism. Say, hey, fellow Christian soldiers, you know what? You stumble on the Paiutes' land. Let us escort you out. You just can't have guns on you. So they disarm the people, put the women in one wagon, children in another, and had the men march in a line. And a Mormon man with a gun would stand next to him. As they got a little ways up the road, John D. Lee turned around and said, Mormon men, do your duty. And they murdered all the men and women. And then they went to the children, and they started killing all the children they thought that were above the age of 8. And they saw an 8-year-old girl who was a little bit taller than everybody else. They brought her out and shot her right in front of everybody. But the preferred method was slitting the throat of children as to absolve them of their sin, called blood atonement. It is disgusting what the Mormons did, and they should still be held responsible. And to this day, they have never apologized. They went to the area where the bones were laying, and they deliberately destroyed all the evidence and erected a monument to Mormonism. The first monument that stood there was a pile of stones with a cross put up by mourning families. And what happened? The Mormons came down and ripped it down because they hate the cross, they hate Christ, and they've become more violent than the Muslims. Why aren't they violent right now? Because they're making too much money. That's all they are. Look at the heads of the Mormon church. They're all businessmen. Looks more like Coca-Cola than it does a church.